Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast. The podcast that reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 688, and it is your review of The Killing of a Sacred Deer. As we continue on with our Yorgos Lanthimos Month here, and of course, it is the Nerd Chicana here to host the show along with my wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening.
Monday night live, early and ad-free on patreon.com/the nerdcore. At the $1 tier, you get this episode live, early, and ad-free before anybody else gets to listen to it and watch it on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Time.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, Brad. Yep. Brad, what's it called? Today I started my job for the next 4 weeks. After this week, the next 4 weeks.
Okay, great.
Pretty good stuff. I'm not gonna lie, man. It was pretty fun day today, man. Definitely felt like a dad though. As I'm trying to lead these like students. I don't want to call them kids, bro, because like when I was their age, I got called kid a lot, and it always made me feel like I'm being looked down on. So like, these high school students, and I'm like, what's it called? Like I just felt like a dad, like bringing them around, and be like, so this is what this is, guys, and watch your stuff, guys. I don't want y'all to fall down here, or like, don't trip. Yeah.
Don't get injured. I have to do paperwork.
Yeah.
That's why I tell my employees.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. Yeah, that's all what's it called? I did that today. I came back home. I watched this film, and yeah, very much, ready to discuss this film because this is the second time I've watched this movie, and I'll tell you this: the experience does not change all that much. But before we can get into the review,
I want to know if you gathered any more from your second watch.
Before we can get into any other parts of the review, Brad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Spent most of the time out of the office, so that was a quick day today. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing more to report on that. So
nice. Yeah. You're feeling a lot better.
Oh yes, I am. I am no longer fatigued.
Yeah, no longer fatigued, right? How what's it called? Recover from House of the Dragon too, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. What did
rooting for House
what
Black
did Brenda say about you wanting to come home in time to watch House of the Dragon?
She literally said, "I thought that show ended." That is what her exact words were. And then I had to go explain, no, that was the Song of Ice and Fire. And that was that show ended, but this is the prequels to that. This is before that, and season 1's already happened. Now season 2 is starting, and so I have to be there for that. And she's like, "There's too much shit."
Yeah,
I'm like, I know, but I got to review it. It's what the people want.
It's what the people want, man. It is what the people want, and
we are the People's Podcast.
Damn straight, Brad. Damn straight. We are the People's Podcast, Brad. Put that on a shirt. We're the People's Podcast.
Just put it on a shirt.
Yeah. They love us and they want to watch us review these shows, or else they wouldn't have been here last night.
Yeah.
21 of them would not have been here last night.
For the majority of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if only they could just, redirect themselves to the Dazed and Confused review.
Or comment. Put some comments in there. Kind of like our review of True Detective season 4.
Yeah.
Which everyone waited till the last episode to do it, but you know.
We like an active chat, and we would like to have an active chat. Yeah, man, we're continuing on with this with Yorgos today, and we're gonna go ahead and discuss this movie with some what's it called with what's his name, Colin Farrell again, and what's it called?
Once again, we got Nicole Kidman, we got Barry Keoghan.
Keoghan, man, yeah.
Keoghan?
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan? Is it Keoghan?
Yeah. Keoghan, I think, yeah. Keoghan. Yeah. Keoghan. So I think we should just get into it, right, Brad?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, man. So if you have not watched Killing of a Sacred Deer, you should probably get out of here. Be careful about spoiler warning. Oh my god! I also forgot to mention, guys. This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. Sorry. So if you have not watched the film, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. Either way, how any of that goes is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerd Court is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCourt. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Let's go ahead and do this, man.
I
Killing.
think this is mine, right?
Oh, wait. This is yours. Yes,
Yeah,
this is
this is
yours.
mine. Yeah.
I picked Dogtooth, Brad. Why
Yeah.
the hell did I fling up the Wikipedia page? Go ahead and do this, Brad.
Okay.
Introduce him to
I mean, first I want to go off, say Wikipedia. I like the poster. Like,
Yeah.
that's a cool looking poster.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, continuing on with the description. The Killing of a Sacred Deer is a 2017 absurdist psychological horror thriller film. That's a lot of things. Directed and co-produced by Yorgos Lanthimos, who also co-wrote the screenplay with Efthimis Philippou.
F Efthimis Philippou.
Yeah, okay.
Philippou.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm reading it right or looking at it correctly,
Hopefully.
I guess. It stars Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman, Barry Keoghan,
Yes.
okay, Raffi Cassidy, Sonny Soljic, Alicia Silverstone, I got that one, and Bill Camp. It follows a cardiac surgeon who introduces his family to a teenage boy with a connection to his past, after which they mysteriously begin to fall ill. The film had its world premiere at the 70th Cannes Film Festival on May 22nd, 2017, where it was awarded Best Screenplay. It was theatrically released in the United Kingdom and Ireland on November 3rd, 2017 by Curzon Artificial Eye. It grossed $10.7 million worldwide and received positive reviews from critics who praised Lanthimos' direction, the screenplay, cinematography, and performances of the cast, particularly those of Keoghan, Farrell, and Kidman. At the 15th Irish Film and Television Awards, the film earned 4 nominations, with Keoghan winning Best Supporting Actor. It was nominated for Best Director, Best Screenwriter, and Best Actor for Farrell at the 30th European Film Awards, and for Best Supporting Male for Keoghan at Best Cinematography and Best Cinematography at the 33rd Independent Spirit Awards. And going through here, cinematography, Thimios Bakatakis, which is always fun to say. Edited by Yorgos Mavropseridis.
As good as that's gonna get.
Yeah. So, running time 121 minutes and box office 10.7 million.
Yeah. All right. Man, I really got to put some of these names into the translator to see how you say it, bro.
I mean, Bakatakis is just fun to say, but it might be Bakatakis.
Yeah. Brad, I'm gonna go to you because like I told you, Brad, this is the second time I've seen this movie. So, Brad, go ahead and take it away. What are your initial thoughts on The Killing of a Sacred Deer?
I mean, this movie is I've heard about for a long time. It was really one of those I really wanted to see. I think it might have been my second pick. It's kind of like The Lobster. I really wanted to see The Lobster, but never got to it. This also the same, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. And yeah, more weird Yorgos movies. So it's great. It's just a great thing that you go through knowing this director is going to do some weird shit and it's going to be amazing. So I think I don't know if I like The Lobster more than this, because I feel like The Lobster and the films we've seen before, I think this might be my second favorite, maybe third.
Wow. Okay.
The movies we've seen before are more grounded. Like they're grounded and there's not a magic, like, a magic part to it. There's The Lobster has a machine that can turn you into a lobster, sure, a room that can turn you into an animal. But it's got like, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's
mythical.
Yeah, mythical. It's
well,
got
so Brad, this is based on
supernatural.
it's based on a myth.
Okay.
It's based on. Let me get this right here. It's titled "The Killing of a Sacred Deer" takes its title from part of the story of the ancient Greek tragedy.
I
If
throw in
it
my
Iphigenia in Aulis by Euphrates. I mean, not Euphrates. Euripides, and so it's a little bit of that. And there, like if you read the Wikipedia page about the myth, there's a little bit like it kind of relates a little bit to what's going on in here.
yeah, probably like an eye for an eye, death for a death, yada 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 yada. But I mean, we get like mythical. It's like a hex. I mean,
Yeah,
we got some voodoo fucking shit going on. And to me, the previous one we've watched, um, I feel like they're not in this mythological portion. I think they're like more grounded, and they can actually. I mean, like Dogtooth. Dogtooth doesn't take it. I mean, it seems ridiculous when you watch it, but you think about it more and more. It would be very easy for a parent to cut off his children from the outside world, and he could tell them whatever he wanted. I
yeah,
mean, you start thinking about this. You start thinking like the lobster. It's like, yeah, society might go towards where single people are seen as lessers, and you need a couple. You need couples in order for them to like have meaningful lives in their eyes. I mean, it's not a far stretch in some of these films. This is like it's a hex, it's a curse, it's kind of mythical, magical, and that's where I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of that after what I've seen. I still think it's well done, but I think his previous movies have kind of just you know had more of a message other than blood for blood, death for death, eye for eye.
yeah. Um, like I gotta be real honest here, man. So when I first watched this, I gave this a 3.5. Um,
Out of
and
five.
yes, out of 5. Um, no, not out of 10. Imagine that, Brad. Um, but I have to say, what's it called? After rewatching it, I grew a more of an appreciation of this movie. I
Yeah.
think this movie just really gets under your skin really quick, like to the point where it's almost feels like you're kind of watching something you're not supposed to be watching. Like, as in, this feels like it's what's it called? Something that is like kind of could happen in the world. Like,
I see. That's the thing, though. Is this is to me, it's like a hex. So to me, this is it's far from that. It's far from being able to happen. But also, what you're saying, it gets under your skin. Yorgos does a lot of things to get under your skin with this movie. The way he directs them, directs the actors to say their sentences. It's not like full complete sentences if you listen to it. It's like 3 words punctuation, 3 words punctuation, and you're like, are these people? Why the fuck are they talking like this? And then he
yeah,
throws in music in there, and music that'll start off and then get like jagged, and then it'll throw
I
you
feel
off.
like he's gotta be influenced by The Shining in this, Brad, because there's so much of The Shining there, Brad. From like the music,
I wouldn't doubt
some
it.
of the camera movements, downright the fucking dialogue, the way that they're speaking to each other.
Because they're like monotone. I mean,
Yeah,
especially Cugin. Cugin's monotone throughout the whole thing, but at the very beginning, the family's kind of like that,
yeah,
and it's not until they're like being broken from their like regular life where their vocal style kind of changes up. But Cugin, it's like just monotone dialogue throughout the whole movie.
yeah, yeah, man.
But it's unnerving, like you said. Like he makes it very unnerving throughout this whole film, and just especially Barry Cugan's character. Um, as Martin. Martin is just creepy. He's creepy, and I think he's meant to be because he's. I'm not sure if he's the one doing the hexing, or he's the one that's brought this about, or that's a family trait. Because Colin Farrell's Steven, or the doctor, kills his dad, and then he's seeking revenge for that because he's like, you ruined my mom's life. And also the whole him trying to have Colin Farrell's character date his mom. A little the second of the thumb was a little much.
Yeah. Or when like he
so
tells
so
him like, "Oh, my mom has a great figure. She's very beautiful." And like, okay, bro, you are,
so yeah, so Brenda actually saw that scene, and she was like, what would you do if that happened? And I'm like, I would not put myself in that situation for that to happen because I would not be going to that kid's house. I would not be making friends with this kid. I don't care if his dad died on the operating table. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just not how it works. It's like shit happens in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Brad, I have an update for you. So it's pronounced Ephemis Philippou.
Philippou.
Yeah. Ephemis
Ephemus
Philippou.
Philippou. I got
Yeah.
the Philippou.
Yeah.
Philippou.
You kind of
Philippou.
did. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ephemus. I did not get the Ephemus.
Now, imagine if we've been saying Bakatakis all this.
I hope we said Bakatakis right because that's just fun to say. Bakatakis.
Yeah. But just everything from all these performances just has a way of like making you feel like so on edge. Like there's nowhere in this movie where I can say that it's not very tense and it's not, you know, very like on the edge of your seat. Like you're it's so unnerving.
Well, and then the way they made the story, the way the Martin like played it, he's like, your kids will get sick and then your wife will get sick.
Yeah.
And the wife never gets sick. And we're all waiting for her to fall out some point. So you're
But
kind
he's
of just
still
watching,
willing to
waiting
put
for it.
her to see if he kills her.
Yeah. Yeah. You're waiting for that. You're waiting for her to like, to be in a crowd and just like thump down. And it doesn't happen. You're just like, you're on edge the whole time, just waiting for this.
Yeah, and then like, but even though she doesn't get sick, he still puts her on that chair to see like if he kills. And it's like it's so crazy because like he goes to like the school, right, and he's like, how are they? Like, are they good kids? Like, are
Who
they
would you
doing good in
choose as
school?
your favorite? I need to say this because I think it's very important. I told Brenda this after the movie ended, and I'm like, these are the worst parents fucking ever. Like to even think about killing your child before like yourself. Like what the fuck are you on? Like I get it. I get that maybe Colin Farrell, like Steven, can't kill himself, but Martin literally said you can kill the mother. And the mother should be like, I should really protect my kids. But instead, she's like, well, which one?
Yeah,
Which one should we kill?
yeah. But I mean, Yorgos does such an incredible job with that, and just I love his scripts, and I love the way that he makes these films. Of course, with Philippou too. Like, yeah, of course, he has a play in this too because he writes these scripts as well. But there's just something about the way that he makes these movies and the way that he like his visual style always makes things feel so weird. Even in Poor Things, man. There's moments in Poor Things where I'm just like, you know, it's not the sex. It's like all the other stuff that kind of makes you feel a little like uneasy.
Well, and you can tell these parents aren't quite right either in the bedroom or anything else. And the way that they've written these two characters is they're not likable. Like you feel for them what they're having to go through, but at the end you're like, I don't like either of them. I mean,
Yeah,
they literally chose themselves over their youngest son, who also they named Bob, which
yeah.
you
Come on,
kind of
man.
assholes for doing that because the little kid named Bob is
Yeah,
like I have an uncle named Bob, but he's a big guy, and just
he looks
having a
like a
kid
Bob.
named Bob is a little weird.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
then
just
shoving the donut inside him, bro.
what I could feel the frustration that was showing the frustration for that, which I kind of got that scene, but the more you progress in it, you're like, these people suck. They're literally wanting to have sex while their kids are like dying in the other room. Like,
Yeah,
who the fuck does that? And it's like, okay, so you've come to terms with that. You need to kill one of y'all,
yeah,
and you're still setting it up to kill the children.
yep,
I'm sorry, like I just can't see a parent, like a good parent, a good, not very selfish parent, being
yeah,
like, one of them two little brats got to die.
yeah,
And because you know how the daughter's going to feel after this about her parents, like
yeah,
you kill Bob. Like
yeah,
y'all are kind of fucking dicks. Like the mom should have been like, man, just shoot me. That's
yeah,
how this movie should have gone. It would have been like 40 minutes less.
yeah. But like obviously that he kills Bob, and in the end, what did you think about that ending though?
Um, I mean that was building tension for sure. The first two shots where he misses his wife and his daughter, and then he hits Bob right in the chest. But I loved how they did the build up because it was Bob first talking to his sister, and it's like Bob's like, I'm gonna miss you, like, and or the sister's like, I'm gonna miss you. Can I have your stuff when you die? And Bob's
Yeah,
like, well, mom, and Dad ordered me a piano, so it must be you that's gonna die. And then she drags herself to Martin and tries to basically beg and plead, and she somehow ends like a whole mile away crawling on the sidewalk there with her knees bleeding.
Yeah.
And she just begs and says, you can kill me. I'm sorry, and yada 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 yada. But yeah, I mean, the ending was very tension building, and um, I loved how Yorgos Yorgos did this. Because I think in all his previous movies, he knows how to build a thriller.
Yeah. 100%. He knows how to build it, and it always ends up being like this. What's it called? So tense and very what's it called? Other well, not otherworldly, but very like because you're saying like it's grounded. Like all these other films are grounded, but this one just feels like it's very like
What there's a
um
hex. So the
yeah.
whole point behind it, it's a hex.
Hex or Barry Kugan has special powers.
Exactly. There's something going on that is not
Yeah.
like Dogtooth. I take Dogtooth, and it's like, okay, parents cut their children off from the world. It's doable. I mean, it'd be very difficult, but it's doable. It's not unheard of to have feral fucking children.
Yeah.
Um, lobster. In a future society where couples are deemed better, maybe the one unrealistic thing is changing them into animals, but you never know in the future because that seems way in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Uh. What Poor Things? I think Poor Things. I mean, maybe not the most grounded in that
Yeah.
instance, but also not magical. More Dr. Frankenstein than anything.
Yeah. I will say this, Brad. After watching this, and we still have one more movie left for the main podcast, and then we have our mini pods, of course. But three movies in, I think I'm pretty confident to say that I think that Poor Things is my favorite film that Yorgos has made. I think that
Yeah,
it's my favorite for sure. Like it's to me like none of these movies have come close to touching it so far.
I think from an emotional standpoint, it probably ranks up there.
Yeah,
I really do like the Lobster.
me
Um,
Lobster's number two for me.
yeah, I really do like the Lobster.
Yeah,
Dogtooth isn't quite up there with it, but I like the concept of it, and just how simple of like a filming. That one didn't require a huge budget. I just love how Yorgos went around that, and just the dialogue in that.
yeah.
Um,
But
what other ones were those? Only two we've watched?
so the Lobster, Poor Things, Dogtooth, Killing of a Sacred Deer. We're gonna
Yeah.
get through
Okay.
some more, but to me I only have the favorite over Killing of a Sacred Deer and Dogtooth over it as well. But I think that the Dogtooth is very raw and is very
It's
just
the early one,
oh man, yeah,
but it fucking hits. I mean, Dogtooth has it has a story that and a whole meaning is trying to tell you. So I mean, that one hits.
yeah. But Brad, what is your final verdict on the Killing of a Sacred Deer?
I think for the Killing of a Sacred Deer, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10.
I'm there with you, Brad. I'm sitting at an 8 out of 10 too, man. I really like this movie, man. I think that they did a great job with this. I think it's very tense. I think to me what I have above it, I think just stands head above shoulders above it and head above shoulders of it. And I really like these other movies that he's made, but this is still really good. And
I mean, it's a great movie still. Yorgos hasn't
yeah,
missed yet. He's
no,
another director we're not seeing miss.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, I love how his movies aren't well, they're not similar because a lot of his movies, some of his movies are different from the others, but they have a similar feeling to them. But he's still
Fucking
able
weird.
to work with like different styles in there.
Yeah, no. I mean, there is this kind of underlying horror thriller element to a lot of them. But they have different meanings when you look at them, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. I hope that Kinds of Kindness is just as good, man. I really hope so because I love Yorgos, man. I think he's a great director, and I think that he makes some fucking great movies, man. And he's got it, man. He's got it. And I
Yeah.
really want to see what else he can do with it, with his talents and his cinematic language, man. I think he's great. But yeah, Brad. 8 out of 10. You're sitting at an 8 out of 10, and that of course concludes our review of The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
And we're
And
back to agreement.
Actual agreement. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Brett. I think the reason they're not watching Days and Confused review is because they don't want to, what's it called, see us argue like that, man.
Yeah, they want us to happy somebody. Well, y'all need to go back to podcast days. Me and Roll fought on
Early, yeah. Early
the early
podcast.
podcast days.
Yeah,
We fought.
yeah, yeah, Brad. Like,
There's no
don't.
video of it, but there's sound.
Yeah. There
There's
wasn't any
audio.
video when it was recording either because we were just on Discord. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's audio. So
yeah.
and we were fighting.
But yeah, yeah. There's what's it called? You just guys gotta go watch that though, please,
I
guys.
feel like we've grown in the way we review and our tastes and how I've watched a lot more movies now. I think Roll can say he's watched a lot more movies, and there's
It's a
stuff
lot.
now. Like if we went back and watched some of those, I'd probably feel a little bit different on some of them, and some of them I probably would still be like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, Roll."
Like I don't know, man. Like I don't know how what it would have been like if we reviewed Satyajit Ray in that first year or that second year.
Yeah,
Like yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Rad would be like receptive.
yeah.
If
I
he
don't
was
know how
receptive.
I would have felt about Goodbye Dragon Inn in that
Yeah,
first or second year. I probably been saying like,
yeah,
"This is like watching paint dry."
yeah. Point is, what Brad's trying to say is that we left the good stuff for once we got into this really good into these later years of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you go listen to our audio version on any podcast network you have,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think we're up to over 1,000 episodes
Yes. We're over 1,000.
in total
Yeah.
on all the channels.
Yeah. So you guys should go check that out because you're gonna see that sometimes there are a lot of times that we do not agree with each other, but we've kind of hit a streak lately where we did agree and then Days and Confused happened.
Yeah, and and even that was very that wasn't even like a hate filled like rant on why Raul was wrong. That was like, I get where you're coming from. I
Yeah.
feel
I was like, you
different.
get where you're coming from. I just don't think it worked for me. I
Yeah,
don't think it worked for me. Like
yeah.
I wasn't receptive in that way. But Brad, that concludes our review. And of course, you can keep it up to date with us on the nerdcore.com, Twitter at the nerdcore underscore, Instagram at the nerdcore, TikTok at the nerdcore, patreon.com/the nerdcore. We can get this episode live early and ad free before anybody else gets to watch it or listen to it on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Central Time. Of course, we have a Discord link in the description below where you can chat with us and talk about movies. You can talk to us about movies in the comments as well. We would like to hear your thoughts on Killing of a Sacred Deer. What do you think happens in the end? Do you think that does Martin ever like get to interact with them again, or do you think they end up becoming similar to Martin and are just going to repeat a cycle? What do you think? I want to hear in the comments, y'all.
Also, let us know if I am saying Bakataka's right.
Actually, Brad, so I got what's it called? I got the thing here. It's Thivius Bakatakis.
Bakatakis.
Yeah,
So Takis like the chip.
yeah, Bakatakis.
Bakatakis.
Yeah,
I kind of like Bakatakis.
yeah. Well, yeah,
But his
but
name is
it's
Bakatakis though. Okay.
yeah. And then what's it called? Yorgos. I don't know. Say that one. I'm gonna have to hear that one.
Lanthimos.
That is not how you say that. That gave me the English version. I want the Greek version. It's Yorgos Mavrovadadis. Like, no, that's not at all how you
You're
say
that
that.
lady at the graduation saying all those names wrong.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yorgos Oh my God, Mavros Sabradis. Oh my
Mavros
God, that one's hard. That
Mavros
one's hard.
Saradis.
Yeah,
Eh.
Mavro
Can, can we just do
Saridis.
Yorgos L, Yorgos M?
Yorgos Mavro Saridis. Yeah,
Mavros
it's
Saradis.
hard. It's hard. It's hard. The other
Mavros
ones are actually
Saradis.
pretty easy. Like the other ones are actually relatively easy to pronounce.
Other
But
than the Philippou.
yeah, what's it called? The editor is really because last name is really hard. But
Philippou.
I promise we'll try our hardest to pronounce y'all's names right.
We
'cause y'all
try
deserve
every
it.
time, and I know we butcher.
And we don't do it out of like being assholes or anything. It's just simply I can't pronounce your name. So
The English language is difficult in its own retrospect.
yeah, but I'm trying my best. But Brad, yeah, they can talk to us in the comments. Please subscribe to our channel here and click the notification bell so you don't miss another review. And go ahead and leave a like on the video. And then on the other side of things, please make sure that you're leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app of choice. And you are following us on that app as well. Please do all that wonderful stuff. It helps us out a lot, guys. And contrary to popular beliefs, we're not shilling anything here. We just want to make sure that these episodes are accessible for everybody. So the more you can work with the algorithm, the more these episodes land with others. And that means we could have active chats. We could have people discussing with us in the comments, which is all we want. Like, yeah, I know they don't do this on Patreon anymore, but I changed it a long time ago where we didn't show you how much money. The goal wasn't how much money we made. It was how many people we had with us. Because
Yeah, we
it's
need
all it's
people
ever
in there
been
with
about.
Stacy to talk to Stacy.
Yeah. It's always been about the community we built. So if we can build a community here with our YouTube audience and our podcast audience, it would be really cool to have these discussions and talk with you guys because we do care about what you guys have to say
Yeah,
when
because
you're being
I want to know
respectful.
what you guys think of the new season of Game of Thrones,
Yeah. It's just
or Acolyte, and but not being total like
dicks.
dicks.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you can be slight dicks, but not like total dicks.
yeah, don't call me stupid just because I'm like somewhat enjoying this show. And that's somewhat. That's what I'm saying. Somewhat.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah. But next week, guys, we're gonna go ahead and conclude Yorgos Month here with my a review of the only film I haven't watched from him, which is Kineta.
Until the new one comes out.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. What's it called? Kinds of Kindness, which is gonna be showing next week. So but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit to watch it because Rachel wants to see it for their birthday. So we're gonna wait for that.
Okay.
So it's all good. We just have to wait for that weekend. So
Does that mean Rachel's going to be on for the review?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
know. But Rachel was very excited to hear your thoughts on Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, Rachel likes this movie a lot.
No,
Yeah.
I can see why. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Barry Keoghan's fucking crazy in this movie.
was this the start of Keoghan's like career, kind of right here, like his trajectory of just being in some fucking weird shit? I mean, I watched that man fuck dirt.
Yeah. I think so, Brad. This has to
Okay.
be right, because the only big one I can say he was in. Yeah, this is it, Brad. Killing of a Sacred Deer, and then he goes to Dunkirk.
Okay.
Does the Green Knight in 2021. Does the Eternals.
Oh wow.
The Batman. The Banshees of Inisherin. Saltburn. Yeah.
Yes, Saltburn. I mean, this man's had a career for it not being very long at this point.
Yeah.
That's a list of heavy hitter movies right there.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, he probably is going to be in like the Batman 2 as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah. So he's got a lot, man. He's got a lot here that I think he's done a lot of great job. Oh, and of course, Brad, Peaky Blinders. No, Brad, it was Peaky Blinders. That was what's it called?
Where he started.
Where,
What was the Irish movie he was in? Remember?
Wait, he wasn't
was
in
the
Peaky
neighbor.
Blinders. I thought he was in Peaky Blinders. Oh no, Brad. I'm thinking about. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about what's it called? What's his name? Cillian Murphy, bro.
Yeah, I think
Cillian Murphy's in Peaky Blinders.
No, so he was in that movie where the Irish movie where he was trying to be friends with the old dude, and the old dude told him to keep.
Yeah, Banshees of Inisherin with Colin Farrell. Yeah.
Terrific.
Great.
Movie.
Oh, steals the show with just one line in that movie, in that whole movie.
Terrific movie.
There goes that dream. Yeah. But Brad, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get them out of here. This is not a Barry Keoghan Stan podcast, but what's it called? We do love the guy. He's great. He's a great actor. So without further ado, Brad, let's go ahead and get him out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all those who joined us in future chats. No Stacy again today. We figure he's busy.
What's going on, man? We miss you, guys. We miss you. Man.
Tell Walmart to let you out.
Yeah. Free my boy. No, don't free him.
No, not fully. Like, give him paid. Give him paid time.
Paid freedom.
paid freedom.
Yeah.
Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, don't piss off people named Martin, I guess.
Nope.
Young it up.
I can't believe I forgot about our patrons. We love all the patrons. So the other ones you see on the scroller right here, we love you guys so much. We love you guys so much. See you guys later.
Impressive.